Good morning, everyone. This is the ML Experience Working Group community call and also Kubeflow SDK. As always, we're going to record this call and we're going to publish this on YouTube, and we follow CNCF Code of Conduct. So today we have a few topics to discuss. Just before we get started, any new people just want to jump in and say hello to the community?
Yeah, hey. Hey everyone, I'm Michael. I'm joining from Red Hat. I'm on the same team as Saad, Anya, Brian, and Fiona, and hopefully I'll be able to contribute soon.
Thanks, Michael, for joining us. Anyone else? All right. So in that case, let me maybe... Eder, do you want to share your screen and go over KL first, and then we can talk about Kubeflow channel release and Kubeflow SDK release, if that will make easier for you guys.
Oh yes, I was speaking with yeah.
All right. So
Can you see my screen?
yep.
Did you start already? Okay, the recording yet. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. About KO, Stefano and myself, we are in the final phase of wrapping up the donation issue, and Adel is also helping us with the text, and we are like in the last stage of review. I just had a call with Stefano this morning. I don't know if Stefano is not here, right? To figure out the last details, and then probably we're gonna have something in the end of the week and send the pull request. Stephanie and myself are gonna send. And my question, Hannah and William, because I didn't have a chance to ask this, are we someone working or tracking the examples upgrade already? Because we have a lot of examples broken, right?
Yeah, so we have Adam. He could not join our community call because he works on a different time zone. But he's working on exams and making good progress.
Well, there is an issue for this?
Yes.
If you can link here. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, this is one thing that I was talking with Stefan that we need to sort out before the release, because it's the point that people are gonna use. And sorry to put in a spot. I know that we are working on the video and also for the slides that are working the video. Stefano, you're gonna work on the slides for the KubeCon. Do you wanna share? Are you ready to share? That would be a better question.
So I have the video ready. I asked in the channel what Stefano wanted it to show, and I tried to at least include all that. It's 2.5 minutes long. If you want, I can play it right now, but I can also just send it.
I think you can play. It'll be cool for the community to see. Yeah.
Okay, I haven't used Zoom in a while, so let me just try to share here.
I will stop my screen then.
And it doesn't have any sound, and the Fedora screencast doesn't show your mouse. So I tried to scroll very slowly so that you can still follow. If you don't like it, I won't be offended. I can redo it today. So this is the first draft.
Perfect.
Sorry, I'm just trying to. Let's see. Okay, are you seeing Jupyter Lab? Amazing.
Yes.
Well, let me try to play it. Are you seeing yourselves?
Not anymore.
Yeah, now we can see it.
And there's the menu of Zoom. If you can just click and drag for the top of the page.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're ready.
This is the video that we're going to plan to keep in the loop for the KubeCon.
So this will be in the maintainer track or in the booth? Yeah, because we have 2 sessions, right?
Yeah, I guess for the month could be in both if it would be okay, but I think you can decide later, right?
Yeah, sure. I'm not sure for Montaigne track if folks have time because they have only 30 minutes and it's limited small session. Maybe like the booth we have much more options there.
Sorry. I'll talk about we have 2 type of booths. So we'll be on the booth to be playing on the
Okay,
loop,
nice
like we
one.
do in the Notebook 2.0 as well. We are preparing the same video because they told us that there is a way to put these things on the loop and keep passing on the
Yeah,
booth. That's what we are targeting.
you usually have a screen and you can play whatever you want on the screen. And I think you have a few hours, so it should be fine to showcases.
And this would be also with a companion slide that we plan to pass. And Stefano mentioned that we're going to search who is going to be there to give a brief of what KO is. I think Stefano mentioned look for Chase or maybe someone from the Red Hat that is going to be there as well. I can brief about KO.
Oh, so you guys won't be there, right?
I will not be there. I mean, William and me, neither Hannah and neither Stefano.
Okay.
But see, we have an end-to-end here. Oh, Stefano is on the chat. Yeah, Chase, you're gonna talk about KO for people.
So I
So
tried to
this is-
show that you can see
That's cool.
Kubeflow pipelines running. Okay.
That's cool. So we are almost there functionality-wise for our first release.
That's the next thing we want to talk about.
Yeah. As soon as the video finishes, you can come back for the doc. Yeah.
And that's the end.
Thank you so much, Hannah. This is looking exactly as we are looking for.
Okay, perfect. Then
I should stop and then I can share the screen again.
And how would you like me to send you that file?
You can send on them. It's too big. I think we can just drop on the Slack channel if possible, or I can put in the Dropbox or somewhere to people download.
I can put it into Slack.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the
Sounds
next.
good.
Thank you so much, Hannah. This is
Of course.
looking good. Nice to see this progress. Do you want to go ahead of the progress reading?
Yeah, so as we are talking, the first thing that we want to make sure is that the exams are all working, and we have Adam working on this. He's making good progress. I think he fixed 3 of the examples, right, Hannah? Correct me if
Yep.
I'm saying
He's
something.
got 3.
Okay, that's nice. And we are make sure that the Kent example is working well in different scenarios. And because of that, we found some blocker issues that we are investigating, 2 possible blockers. But so far, we can't say that they are blockers. So on the next meeting, I will give more details. But things are looking well so far. And the exams are a good way for people to get started with KO and also for us to test KO end-to-end in different scenarios. And talking about the other issues, in my view, we only have one last blocker, which is the one that Hannah already opened an API, which is basically when you start working with KO, you have to select an experiment, otherwise the KO will throw an issue which may scare users. The KO error is not something that's hard to fix, but it may scare users. So we want to fix that before the release. And Hannah already did a great work, and we just have a few more stuff and should be merged. Then we will have the examples. On the last meeting, I talked about the global error handling that Hannah was working on, and she finished that. And now we better understand how KO is handling errors, and to avoid scaring users and ourselves, instead showing a big pop-up that blocks your work, it will be showing as a toaster notification on the bottom side that users can investigate if they want, or they can just ignore that if they don't want to deal with that right now. That's basically it. I don't know if
That's it.
I missed something. Hannah, let me know if I missed something.
I don't think so. I think you got it.
Thank you so much, everyone. I'm excited to see the progress, and I'm looking forward for the release and donate and create issues during the Kubeflow. I think that's it on our side. Thank you.
Let me just one last thing. We are also creating issues that we are thinking the future. So there is quite a few low hanging fruits and things that it would be better for the user, like the position of the labels and things like that. So as soon as it's released, we plan to start working on a minor release, and we can discuss in next week as well.
Yeah, and another thing that Stefan mentioned that's a good idea and on our chat is that as soon as we do the first release and create the proposal to donate for the Kubeflow, we can go back for, because they're on the issue that Stefan created originally to revamp the project. There is like more than 10, 20 people that reach out looking for help and looking for to have Kale. So we should make sure to get back for those people and maybe we can find more contributors.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, this is great. I guess like the slides that I shared here in the KubeCon booth, we are going to add this to these slides, right? The Kale updates. Because I don't think it is there yet.
No, then it's not there yet, but I think Stefano, the plan is to add for those, right? And to merge later. I think so, but I'll make sure because on notebooks, I know that the Paulo is working on these slides. I don't know if Paulo updated yet, but we are going to add for those as well.
Makes sense. And for the donation, as you said, like we're not ready yet before KubeCon, right? To open the PR.
Hopefully, we're gonna open the PR early next week, Andre.
Yeah, KubeCon will be on Monday, so.
Yes, so I need to rush to wrap up this, Stefano.
Yeah, at least announcement. I mean, at least announcing this will be really nice in Kubeflow Summit. I don't know if you have session around it, and maybe I don't know who is opening the summit can talk about it. But I think maybe it would be nice to at least announce it, right?
I will speed up this and to have something on Friday.
Okay. All right. Let me. Yeah. Yeah, that will be great, Stefano. Let me share my screen quickly. All right, so I think we can talk a little bit about the release. So first of all, let me see. Just give me 1 second. So I think we need to release two things today. One is trainer, and the second one SDK. So SDK we probably can release tomorrow. About the trainer, I maybe want to quickly chat about. So the RC1 is ready, and you can try this out and test it in a cluster. I think this is. I mean, we don't really see a lot of user complaints, and also was able to run this in my local environment with some of those examples from upstream. I didn't see much of issues. The only issue I saw it with the SDK, and I think we proposed a fix to the upstream. So I think we should be ready. I kind of like want also Antonio and Yuki probably provide their suggestion. I don't think they're on the call right now. Yeah, I don't see them. But in any case, if we don't have any complaints, I probably will release it today. Because this release has actually a lot of features. So it has like more than, I think, 100 PRs, if I take a look in the milestone. So we have like a lot of really great announcements as part of 2.1. Yeah, 102 PRs. One of the PR probably won't be part of this release is JAX support, because I imagine it needs a little bit of more time to finalize it, so we can definitely do this in 2.2. But for 2.1, we finally going to release the cache, which we've been working on since, I would say, February, like almost a year ago, we started this work. So this will be the first release of a distributed cache, which is pretty cool. And I think we can start to at least gather feedback from users who want to try this out in their environments. And there are a lot of other features like, enhanced support for MLX. Right now we support CUDA backend, which we can run, MLX jobs with CUDA. And, like KQ enhancement and Volcano support, which kind of like introduce more schedulers to trainer, which allows you to, like to orchestrate jobs using various schedulers, not only co-scheduling plugins. And there are a bunch of, bug fixes and API updates. So we'll try to kind of summarize it, and I think I probably will announce it before KubeCon. So we don't need really blog post, but at least maybe send an announcement on LinkedIn, or maybe, just in the Kubeflow discuss, so folks are aware that, the energy is there and we working on some of the exciting topics in 2.1. So definitely, like, we should promote this in the KubeCon stage and KubeCon booth, this release. So for the trainer, any questions here? All right, in that case, let me wait maybe a few more hours for maintainers to approve or give any suggestions, and we can move forward to the release. So I think for one of the things I probably want to do, and I think I mentioned this, like I want to merge these 3 PRs before we release 2.1, because I want to make sure that, the end-to-end at least will be successful after we merge these 2 bug fixes. And I guess I need your support for, new APIs for Optimizer client. Yeah, any kind of, so for the SDK, I think we also need to release it today or tomorrow. Anything else we need to work on before release?
Something nice to have, but I'm not sure if we should do that. We do have a PR to adopt a new tool instead of managing our changelog release script. There's this PR.
Oh yeah, so it. Yeah, I didn't unfortunately get a chance to take a look. I know we want to, migrate to a new tool. But I would say, I think it's fine to postpone it to 2.2.
Yeah.
Because we don't want us to be blocked, right? And I think maybe we should spend our energy to at least verify that everything is working.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, and I think maybe we can review this as part of 2.3. And one of the topic we can talk about today about the release cadence. Let's maybe finalize the release and talk about it a little bit. So for the SDK, so those 3 PRs, anything else on the container side or on the other backend side, we need to merge before the release.
I don't think so. I think those 3 pairs should be fine. I will take a look at those right after this call and address the feedback.
Mm-hmm.
So it should be fine marching that tonight.
So maybe, like, Fiona, since you're here, did you get a chance to work on this PR? This is not a blocker for the release, but at least verify that your container backend is working.
Yeah, I'm working on updating it now, so hopefully I'll have a PR updating it later today.
All right, and you can include, so we can include this as part of E2E, correct?
Yeah, again, yeah.
Yeah, I think this is definitely would be nice to have. So we can have examples even in the master branch, because there is no really, I think users can always jump to the master branch to check examples. But at least we need to verify that, like the container backend is working fine, etc. Right?
Yeah,
And
it is like I've run it a lot with the examples that I did have, and everything is working great now.
Okay.
So we should be good, but yeah, I'll try to have this ready as soon as possible.
And on the infra side, we have all the capabilities to run Docker there, correct? So we just run this within the VM directly. I think we use the Oracle VMs there. So I'm talking
I
about the
don't know the answer to
CI/CD.
that.
Yeah, because we run this E2E on the inside the Oracle environment, and we need to make sure that the Docker is installed there.
Yeah, I can check that.
Okay. Yeah, I think it should be fine. And again, we don't need GPU I guess just using a simple MNIST example here. So we don't really need GPUs. We just need to make sure the Docker is accessible inside the container, right?
Yeah.
I think for multi-node it might be some issues, because I don't know if like I don't know how well Docker can, because we run this E2E on top of inside Kubernetes pods, and I didn't really know like if we can spawn up multiple containers and set up the networking between them. So this maybe we need to, test after this initial support right for a single node.
Okay, yeah, so we can do the single node one
Mhm.
first, and then we can take a look at the rest.
Yeah, go ahead, Anya.
You answered my question, but yeah, so I think this notebook will be just a single node, and then sometime later on we'll have a distributed training notebook, right?
Yeah, we just need to verify that those machines. So for E2E, we're using this Oracle VMs. And so this is actually running inside Kubernetes cluster that Oracle managing for us. And this is CPU-based machines. So those machines actually studying the Kubernetes pods. And inside Kubernetes pods, we're running this, we're creating the kind cluster, and then we deploying control plane and running the examples. So it's because your example doesn't require kind cluster, you should directly use Docker runtime. So my question is like, can we use Docker runtime inside those pods? I think the answer is yes, because we use Docker to build images on those pods. So we just need to, we just need to verify this, how the multi-node example will work there, and whether we need to make any adjustment to the E2Es, right? Yeah, because here, like, you can see, like, we set up so it's part of E2, we're setting the cluster, then we're running the E2E test, the Go E2E test, and then we're running this notebook with the paper mill here. And those notebooks, they run inside Kubernetes cluster. Does make sense what I'm talking about here?
Yeah, it makes sense. I don't know for definite if it will work or not because I've not tried that before with Docker, but we can give it a go and see what happens.
Yeah, let's definitely try it. I mean, I kind of my feeling that we don't need to do a lot of changes to the infrastructure, but we can definitely take a look at this. Yeah, otherwise we should probably install just, we might have a separate action which will install the appropriate tools on top of the machine, right, that we use here. All right, anything else? I know we have examples. I also know we have the docs updates, so let me post it here. So for the docs updates, I think it is ready, right, for review. For
Yes.
I'm talking about the container backend.
Yes, it is ready, yeah.
Yeah, local mode guides, this one, right? So yeah, we might need to quickly take a look and maybe, if it is a user guide, like maybe we can emerge this. I will try to take a look soon to, at least we should have like, once we merge example, we can merge this website updates, right?
Yeah.
So users will have everything there to try this out. All right, anything else here for the release? I guess like let's merge three of those PRs today. Then it should be good to go. So I know we had the discussion about like release candidates for SDK. I know we've done release candidate for 0.1, like we done RC1 here. This is not mandatory. Again, this is just for us to, like to agree upon to. I think Francisco was kind of against to have RC for 0.2. I want to like hear your perspective, like whether do you think it is needed for now, or we could just release it as it is, and iterate on the release.
I think we should be fine releasing that without release candidate for now. I've tested it on my cluster, so it works. Yeah, if there's anything, you can just release the patch release.
Yeah, absolutely. I think again we have patch releases, right? And we do have this ability to, have a release branch. I think we need to create a release branch for now. I think this your script, right, creating this automatically. The release branch and then the patch
Yeah,
release.
I don't think there will be any issues with that. I'll take a look.
Okay. Yeah, like again, RCs, they're not mandatory. We can definitely iterate faster, as Francisco suggested, and we can see how it goes. Yeah, thanks, Yuki, for joining us, by the way. Maybe we can quickly, we just had a discussion around trainer release. I just want to hear, since you're part of the like approvers here, like, do you have any objections to cut release today for the trainer 2.1? Just briefly
Today?
talk about blockers. Yep, today.
Yeah, no objections. But so if I understand correctly, we want to merge one remaining PL, right? Helm chart maybe.
Oh, you mean publishing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Have you
think we're,
already merged?
yeah, I think I already merged it, and we cherry picked this in we even created RC1 like a couple of days ago, which has support for Helm charts.
Uh-huh.
So right now, like I think so let me show you. So we publish them here. Charts Kubeflow trainer, and this has we publish them for master branch. It also publish them for releases. And I already tested this 2.1 RC1 in my cluster, so it's working.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, let's release today.
Okay, so then I will just, as we discussed, we will merge these three PRs for SDK. I will probably create the kind of work in progress change log PR so we can verify E2Es. So like this SDK changes won't break E2Es, and then I will release the trainer after this, after we merge those SDK PRs. Does sound good?
Yeah. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, so yeah, maybe so we want to release Cube for Terrain before the next KubeCon NA. So yeah, so we can work on remaining tasks after stable release.
Yep, that sounds good. Yeah, so anything else here? So I know, so yeah, let's talk about blog post, and then we can talk about KubeCon booth quickly. So I do you want to share your screen, or want me to go through this blog post quickly?
There's nothing to talk about, but yeah, just Fiona and I have prepared this blog post. We will open the PR soon after we address Stefano's feedback, but please take a look at the document, share your thoughts. That's the blog post introducing Kubeflow SDK. So we're introducing, mentioning what's the idea, the concept of the unified SDK, what do we have right now, that's trainer and optimizer. We also have a local execution mode supporting subprocesses, Docker and Podman for training models. And yeah, and then we're just talking about our roadmap for the Kubeflow SDK. Yeah, so I thought that it will be good to have at least something to point the users and just contributors to during the KubeCon, right? Yeah, so it will be good to merge that and publish the blog post before KubeCon. Yeah, so please take a look and share your thoughts.
Yeah, I think this is great. Like, I will definitely take a look today. I think a couple of topics I maybe want to. So, anyone else have any comments? I just, to talk about this, I can give my perspective on it. Yeah, go ahead, William.
Yeah, I have one question. First of all, great work on the API. I've been looking into it, and it's very good to have this. And the post also looks very good. What I'm missing is that some repo with examples. I don't know if we have that, but I missed some link. I could not find more examples to check more about the API. Working examples, I mean.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have the Kubeflow SDK website yet. That's in our roadmap. That's where we'll have all the examples, right? Currently, we do have some examples on the trainer repo, and then maybe, but that's only related to trainer, right? Yeah, which I will link to.
Can we
Okay.
actually for now create the examples folder in SDK and just have a README to redirect folks to trainer?
Oh yeah.
So at least, yeah, because anyone, just open this repo, try to type, for example, so don't say anything. I understand the confusion. That definitely makes sense. Maybe we should have examples for the folder here, and for now have a README which tells examples like for the trainer. You can find them, in the trainer repo. That might be
But-
useful, right?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Regarding trainer and optimizer examples, do we create anything yet or?
Yeah, it's a good point. Like I think not yet, and we definitely after release should talk about talk about it, like how we should, where we should build those examples. Um, the problem is like didn't get chance to refactor Katib, and here with you know naming
Mm.
this optimizer. Um, so I would say for now, let's redirect folks at least to trainer examples because we contribute like the container execution, local execution, and this a lot of ML examples. Um, and then for optimizer, definitely we should have it somewhere, right?
Yeah. And for long term, where will we have those examples? Do you think it will be in the Kubeflow Read the Docs website? Because those are only for the APIs, right? I was thinking maybe we should have a dedicated, like a tab in the Kubeflow website with this kind of guides.
Yeah, I think we did have discussion whether like the individual components should have their own website. I know KFP, Kubeflow Pipelines wants to move towards it. I think we also discussed with the trainer whether we want to have a website for trainer. I think eventually that makes sense because the website code will be the same repo where you have your source code, so it's make
Mm.
much easier to contribute. But at the same time, yes, you will lose this kind of um, I think like Qflow website has a lot of attention right now, and it's very good in the search bar. But at the same time, I understand the confusion that Qflow .org is not ideal, and
Mhm.
like it's unfortunately there are a lot of kind of, I would say, unclear documentation for users. I think we should definitely, so I think having the Qflow SDK website that would make sense. Eventually, maybe initially just have website for API docs, right? As I think we had the pending PR even for this, right?
Yeah, I think that was for Kaitip. He
It's
has,
here.
yeah.
Yeah, I
For
think
the,
we need to tell contributor to update it, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
somebody I think working this. So yeah, we should probably work with contributor to tell him that we need to have a SDK for not for Katie but for Qflow SDK.
Yeah.
And at least initially, maybe we should have like API reference documentation, right? Which will render the doc strings to the human readable format, human readable documents.
Yeah.
Um,
Sounds great. Okay, I will add the README in the examples
yep,
subdirectory to point to the trainer examples.
yep, that sounds good. I think we do have the same in KTIP for now. So yeah, like here I have KTIP examples which give an overview, but for now let's just have like redirection to trainer from the SDK repo directly. Yeah, I think for the blog post, so from my perspective, I think this looks great. I think I kind of like maybe want us to emphasize a few topics around kind of uh, basically it's a kind of a Python interface to managing AI workloads in Kubernetes. I want us to kind of like make sure people really understand the value of SDK. And I kind of like recently even like updated the description of this project is about, right? Because like what we kind of give users here, we kind of give them a layer to make it very easy to scale their AI workloads. And it doesn't really like matter whether we use, this trainer control plane, KTIP control plane for end user, just, like simple layer between their, experiences, local versus remote experiences. So maybe we should, yeah, maybe we should somehow make it clear from the blog post perspective. Um, because I think my point is like how to make sure people who don't know what is Qflow get them excited about this work, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. We'll update the blog post for that. I also wanted to ask all of you, so I've updated the diagram of the Kubeflow SDK, which is a little
Yep.
bit down over there. Does it look good to everyone else? Any objections? Oh, I haven't updated this one.
Yeah, the Spark operator has a logo right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Any kind of objections or suggestions here for the diagram? I think it looks great, but what we should improve here? Is it clear? Like, yeah, good.
give me a second. I will need to update that because that's the old one.
Hmm.
One
Yeah, I think overall, again, emphasizing that, this SDK is kind of like a layer to, to make sure we can um, kind of provide a way to kind of run distributed AI workloads at scale. And it could be training, it could be optimization, it could be Spark in the future, it could be pipelines. And also, I think one topic around quick iteration. I don't think we really emphasized a lot on this before, but we need to tell users, maybe it's a good thing maybe for you to think about I know you have a talk, right, in the KubeCon stage next week, to tell that, hey, with this train API, you can extremely quick iterate. Like you can have your function, right? You find, for example, like you find a problem there, you find a bug there. In a matter of, seconds, you can change something and submit it again. So you don't need to build an image, you don't need to build a YAML, you don't need to use kube control. You just, fix your function and run again the same API. It's very quickly. And because all the images are pre-cached, like all the submission is like extremely quickly from user perspective. So maybe this is something you can think about, right?
Yeah, that's a very good point. Thank you. I will point on that. Yep.
Yeah. What are other things on the blog post? Like any like specific topics you want us to talk about more deeply, or like the user value, or any suggestions here?
Are you asking everyone else, right?
Yeah. Maybe any suggestions other folks in the community have.
I think the SDK, like the blog post looks really good. So it introduces what we have right now in the SDK. And the only thing I wanted to do is, can we embed anything about feedback mechanism in these blog posts? Which means like we get a feedback from the users on like what do they want to see next, or maybe like how they're using the SDK. I don't know. I know like you guys are also going to the summit. I have a talk, but unfortunately I won't be able to go this time. So what can we just standardize or have like some sort of a URL on our website where people can submit their feedback, or submit like a sort of like usage patterns of the SDK or the different components that we have? It really is very helpful for us to understand how our customers are adopting these and how they're moving forward with it, what would make sense for them to see next, and so on. Like maybe with a QR code or something we added on the side of the slide or at the end of the slide. If you have a feedback, please submit your feedback here. That will be really cool. So that's how the users will be able to help us. You know what I mean?
Do we have a Kubeflow survey somewhere created for this KubeCon? And
not sure.
Yeah, I think we have the continuous survey which we run, but I don't think we have a lot of topics around SDK there. We can have I think it's a great idea, Sat. Like, I think we have two solutions. So the first one is creating a survey dedicated to Kubeflow SDK, and then we can consume the results. The second one, actually, we have three solutions probably, like from my perspective. Like, we can also open an issue here to tell like general feedback about Kubeflow SDK, or general feedback of running AI on Kubernetes, and the users can provide their challenges or how they kind of want to use this tool. Or we can open the discussion here if you want to.
That's really cool, but it requires users to have a GitHub account. I know like most of our users probably do have a GitHub account. What I wanted to shoot for is like maybe a form that creates an Excel sheet with some structured feedback, if we have any structured feedback, or some form, that a form that you fill. You don't need to be signed in, you don't need to be anything, just a sort of a CAPTCHA or something to make sure robots stay away from this form. And we ask users to fill a quick feedback. Then we look at this feedback from time to time, and we always like investigate, okay, this is what's happening. This is the feedback we get from the users. Also, I'm interested in like, okay, what else do you want to see in the SDK? What's your expectation from an SDK perspective? But I think a form might be portable, so you can fill it on your phone really quickly. You can fill it from anywhere, and you can just like add some sort of input for like additional comments or whatever. So unstructured input.
Yeah, we don't have right now the kind of the forum. I mean the capability to have a forum, right? We like all of the things we've done before is the survey, like the Google survey,
Yeah.
which we can start to. So do you kind of do you think that having the survey is better than having GitHub because not everyone have a GitHub account?
Well, probably. I think it's more portable, in my opinion. GitHub accounts mainly it's going to be developers sending us their feedback.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if machine learning or data scientist engineers would be like, or maybe business people would be like, okay, we do have a GitHub account, or you know, that's my
I
own
kind of
thinking.
yeah. I think like we need to also understand like no one actually uses Kubeflow SDK before, right? Is the first thing they see. I kind of like expect that not really many people understand what it is about. So then I guess like we need to understand like what questions we should ask. What are the existing challenges of running AI workloads? What is your ideal experience? Yeah, so maybe we can work on the survey and add the survey to the blog post on the KubeCon stage and also maybe Kubeflow website. Just
Yeah.
somewhere at the top.
Maybe what we can do is like we link both. We link the form. If we have a form, I don't know, like whatever solution we agree on, but we link it together. The discussion can happen in an issue, but the form could be like, okay, here is what you can submit to the form, and the discussion will still happen in an issue, like because it needs there should be like a technical discussion in the end. So
do you want us to open discussions like in GitHub? So I know there is a way to open, and I think we have in the manifest report now. So discussions kind of better than issues because they have threads. And
yeah.
we can have this one, right? And we can have a general discussion on Kubeflow SDK feedback, user feedback, right? And then we can have a discussions here or here. But you still need to have GitHub account. Yeah, this is true. So what do you think, Seth?
Well, for first time being, we need to have any mechanism of feedback. So even if you need to create a GitHub account, that's fine. We can start with this one. If we get complaints from users that they need like something else, maybe we can switch. But usually like surveys and other stuff, it's easier if you just don't obligate the user to kind of sign in or have any account on anything. Just go put your details and go.
So do you suggest we have both before KubeCon?
My suggestion was like to have both, like maybe we have a discussion or we have something available, and then we have a forum. If you want to go to the discussion, it can take you to the forum. If you want in the discussion to give your feedback, it's fine. The main idea is we need just feedback. We need to understand what is it that you're looking forward to get, or what is it you want to see in the SDK or Kubeflow in general. And also, what's your feedback on the existing stuff that we have already?
Yeah, I think so. I think this is easy. So we can definitely open give ability to open discussions in Kubeflow SDK repo and have a, kind of a boilerplate issue there to general feedback from users and then redirect them to this forum so they can give a feedback for the survey. So do you have a chance to work on this tomorrow or today, and we can link it to the Kubeflow website and maybe also in the KubeCon talks?
Yeah, I can be back on the Slack and add like initial feedback form or like some initial questions we can ask to the users and get your feedback guys on it.
Yep, I think that was super helpful. I 100% agree that we should definitely do this, and we should also understand questions should be in the way that user doesn't really understand what is Kubeflow SDK. Some of them probably know and try out, but the majority not yet. So yeah, the question will what they expect, what they want, what are the challenges, right, etc.
Yeah, I think we just like some of the questions would be like, what kind are you using Kubeflow SDK? If yes, which kind of clients or SDKs are you using? Do you use Trainer? Do you use this? Do you use that? What's your feedback? Then we try to scope the feedback a little bit, and instead of just like asking open-ended, there should be a one or two open-ended questions, but we mostly need to scope our feedback and understand what exactly the user wants, which part of the SDK we need to improve, and so on.
Yep, that makes sense.
Cool.
Let's definitely do this. I think it's a great idea. And I think we can definitely include this in your blog post, Tanya, so users can read it and then redirect to this, forum or the survey that we asked them to fill.
Yep, sounds great. It's a great idea.
Yeah, and I think also for the KubeCon, so we definitely need to have a slides here so this will be in the Kubeflow booth in the KubeCon. So we don't right now have anything here about Trainer or SDK. So maybe we should have a couple of slides here to talk about the Trainer or SDK updates. Can anyone help us with that? Like to fill at least just 2 slides about, those 2 updates?
Um,
Yeah.
so
Go ahead.
Go ahead, you can.
so actually, so I will take trainer and SDK and data cache part. But so yeah, it would be great to get any feedback or which enhancement or clarification should be there. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about maintain your track.
Yes.
Let's maybe just copy for now, like the slides from maintain your track here, because so this will play on the Kubeflow booth at the KubeCon, and they will
Oh,
just
I see.
maybe we can just copy, from the maintain your track here slides, and then see how it goes.
Yeah. I think so too. So do you know who can be in the Kubeflow booth? So
Yeah.
I think so it's hard to stand for me in the Kubeflow booth because I have another booth during a whole KubeCon. So yeah, for sure. So I can just share my Kubeflow maintainer track slides and just a copy from the slide to here. But so yeah, not sure if booth maintainer want to use that.
Yeah, I think we need someone who can help us to answer question about trainer and SDK. So you'll be full time in KQ, right? During the KubeCon.
Yes, entire time.
Okay. I can try to have some time. I also saw your name here, right? Do you want to help us with the booth?
Yeah, I'll try to find some time. Not sure yet when I will be available, but I'll put my name somewhere.
So
I would love to have someone with me because I'm not that familiar with Kubeflow ecosystem that much, but I can answer the questions regarding SDK, Kitip, optimizer, trainer, etc.
Yeah, I can definitely help. I think so. Antonian also will be there, correct?
Yeah, he will be there as well.
Yeah, maybe we can also ask him to help us, and I also will be there. So I know. So we have like 3 days from 3 to 7. It's interesting time. Yeah, so I guess like it's afternoon, right? Every day afternoon. So maybe we should at least have someone there for like at the time when people can ask questions about trainer and SDK. We can also ask, link this survey that Sad was talking about, and also talk about, at least from the SDK perspective, ask for the feedback.
Yeah.
Any demo? So let me ask you a question. Are you going to record any demo for your KubeCon talk?
Yeah, I am going to.
I think it maybe also would be nice for us to actually have this demo ready for the booth, so you can play this, similar to what we've done with Kale. Let me make a note. So
yeah, so there will be a trainer and optimizer. I guess in the demo, do you want me to add anything else? Well, it'll be like a local execution mode will be a good one.
yeah, probably. I think Fiona, like if you can also help us with some local execution pre-recording, we can also play it. Just sample 40 seconds video. That will be super helpful.
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Let me make a note here. Yeah, that sounds great. So let's definitely work on this. I think we should definitely, because I think KubeCon is a great, place for us to talk about updates. And we can talk about. Yeah, go ahead. You can.
So after this meeting, so can you list the Kubeflow maintainers talk in this documentation? Because so I want to I want to announce the Kubeflow maintenance talk in my Kubeflow maintenance tracks. Yeah, just a notification.
You mean talking about updates or what do you mean?
I mean, so I just announced. Yeah, so if you want to dive into more details about the Kubeflow SDK, you can go to blah
Oh,
blah
yeah.
blah
So do you
session
want me
or
to,
something.
like, we have like maybe 3 minutes. Do you want me to share quickly it here, like the slides? If you can share the
No,
slides. Okay.
no need to share slides. So just
All right.
event details. So which
Oh, yeah,
session?
sure. It's fine. We can do this like after this call, like quickly. And I don't need to share it right now. All right. Anything else before we wrap this up? All right, then I think this is great. So let's definitely, I think like all these ideas we should definitely work on, like the one that Sad is talking about and the updates in the recording for the booth. I think KubeCon is a great place for us to socialize the SDK effort and the trainer effort. So let's definitely think about how to make sure more users are aware of this work and kind of get them onboarded. And I think blog posts and talks and the video on the booth definitely will be great first step. One of the kind of challenges I think we will have is there are not a lot of data scientists in the KubeCon, unfortunately. It's kind of like been always a challenge for us. So there are mostly kind of a platform engineers, like MLOps engineers. So it will be hard to get a kind of constructive feedback, I would say, from actually customers and the end users. But at least like, we can socialize this effort because I think right now KubeCon is all about AI. So we get some at least positive feedback from platform owners and providers what actually they want. All right, sounds great. Anything else? All right, so I hope to see everyone next week in the KubeCon. I think we'll cancel next week for the trainer call. So super exciting to share all this work and looking forward to the next week. Thanks everyone.
Thank you.